E-mailben.
E-mailben.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Sandy?
Good morning.
It's not really morning for us, but I guess it's morning for you.
What time is it there?
It's 5 p.m.
Oh, yeah. No, it's early here.
What time is it? 9 o'clock?
No, it's 11 a.m. here.
11. Okay. Okay, so welcome everybody. This is our Easter French Fiesta. I would like to ask everybody just to please turn on your cameras so it's more personal. We can also see you. Dan is just about to join in. Today I wanted to just ask, obviously, who's already a TomKings Frenchie owner, who's actually just looking to get a Frenchie, or just a Frenchie lover and would like to share some information or gather some information from us. So if you could please just type into the chat if you are interested, or a Frenchie lover, or if you already have a Frenchie from us. So if you're an owner, just please type in A. If you are interested in getting a Frenchie, then B. And if you are a Frenchie lover, then please type in C into the chat. Thank you. Okay, today's Fiesta is about to last, I think, about 50 minutes. We'll go through a quiz. We'll have a question and answer section. Oh, Tony is just saying can turn on video. Owner, okay, that's fine. A as of April 3rd. Perfect. Okay, so yes, it's just a little bit of introduction, but I think most of you have already met me and Dan. A few words about TomKings if you haven't met us before. Yeah, Natasha, she's about to be a Frenchie owner. Okay, so you all know TomKings, so I don't really want to. Okay, I don't think you'll need the introduction. Today you can see here Jarvis and also Davis with Nelly.
Look at everybody. Look at
There you go.
Hi.
Yeah.
Davis just woke up from a nap, so he's a bit antsy, but eager to be here.
Marnie is not. It's playtime.
Playtime.
There you go.
And there's Jarvis.
Yeah.
He's a really laid back dog, that's for sure.
Really cool.
Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be a short questions and answers section, and then we have a little bit of a quiz. And if you have any questions, you can always ask us at the end of the Fiesta. Okay. Shall we go with the spirit of Easter? So just a little bit of about that.
We can.
And then we can go with the quiz.
Absolutely. Is it better if I use my own mic?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Okay, I will unmute myself.
Perfect.
Here we go. I hope it's better for everyone. Say hello. This is Jarvis, who is actually, I'm enjoying him for 2 weeks. I asked Tom to let him stay with me because we bonded so well. He's still available, but I don't think for any longer, because he's just the best possible. He's so my type. He just laid back, ready to play when you want him to play. If you have things to do, he just sits and sleeps. So, but anyways, my name is Dan. Thank you for the great introduction to Vivian, my dear and lovely colleague, and we have Nelly as well. Nelly has another TomKings puppy with her. His name is Davis, and he was just reserved. So good for them. They are joining lovely families very soon. And we are having this Easter Fiesta. We try to make this so-called Fiesta like maybe every 3 months or so, because we just want to celebrate our community basically, and just offer the opportunity to to share experiences, share news, have fun together, and this is the goals of today. And I'm glad to see that more and more people are joining in. So that's always great. And in the spirit of Easter, I wanted to mention that like this holiday actually represents core values that we can get behind and that resonates with us. Sorry, somebody just came to the office and Jaris is, yeah, you can go. Go, baby. There you go. Just watch out. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that how great that at these occasions we get to reflect on ourselves and on our community, and what brings us together is the love of the animals and like to be concrete, the love of Frenchies. I think that that if you soul search a little bit, you recognize that that deep down our ethics and values are very, very similar, and that that doesn't mean just Christian people. I think we all want to be loved and love somebody, and to be a part of a supporting group. And actually, this is what we want to achieve here at TomKings Puppies. We would like to nourish and build a supporting community that can rely on each other and you know, just make our lives better and hopefully other people's lives as well. So these definitely resonates with us, and with that that being said, we have actually last week I spoke with someone who got a Frenchie from us, and she mentioned to me that her puppy was so great, and he had like an image when she was growing up, that she will help other people, and her Frenchie is so smart that she started to train her Frenchie, and she became an actual service dog, and they go to hospitals and help with kids who are going through some extreme hard times, like very dire times and big adversity. And it's always great. That's a great example what we do, because obviously her that was her value and her basic thought, but that's something that we can definitely get behind, and that also just makes me so proud of what we do. We obviously we take care of and pay attention to all of our Frenchies. So by the time they travel to you, they are actually very alert, kind, friendly, social, and I think we are doing a good job in giving you a puppy that obviously you will train and you will grow up with together, but that I think that the base is there, so you can achieve big things, and that doesn't mean that every dog has to be a service dog or an emotional support dog, but that's just a great example that it's possible, and that helps not just that family but a lot of other families as well. So I think that was just something on my mind, and I wanted to get started with that, and we can actually, if you don't have anything else to add. All right.
If any of you would like to say a few words or would like to do a short introduction, we are open to it.
Can't hear you very well.
Yeah, can you all hear us? Everything's all okay? If you can just give us a thumb up.
Most
Yeah,
az én
all
mic-omról
good?
mész.
Yeah, you're on his mic still, so we can't hear you.
Szerintem
Oh, the
just
microphone.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Okay, perfect.
Good.
Much
Yes, I
better.
just wanted to make sure that you can all hear us, see us, everything's all good. I can see Janet, who joined us, and we also have someone named, obviously, iPhone, joined in with a phone. Previously, I asked everybody if it's possible, please turn on your cameras so we can all see you. It's more personal. But if you can't turn on your cameras, that's also fine. So basically what we went through at the beginning, that we're gonna have, oh, hello. We're gonna have a short introduction. We had a short introduction. We'll have questions and answers. We'll have a short quiz. We also gonna give you some tips for this Easter or springtime in general. And then just said a few words about the whole idea behind this time of the year. Okay, so I think we can go with the tips. Is that
Yes,
okay?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I will unmute myself, and if
Okay.
you could mute yourself, that
Sure.
would be. Well, thank you. Obviously, maybe you can say, but we are not professionals, but I hope we are getting better in presenting and hosting these fiestas. So I wanted to mention a couple tips and things to remember and pay attention to now that spring is around the corner. And I would like to start with the allergy management. So the spring pollen can affect the Frenchies. So regular baths and wiping their paws after the walks can reduce allergies. Also, if you don't take them to high grass, that always helps. I mean, they are so small, they can get lost. So don't risk it. But yeah, another thing is that especially now that the sun is up, we have lovely days recently. The nights are still cold, but during the days it gets hotter. So just pay attention that your Frenchie gets hydration and shade, and don't let them out on the direct sun for too long, especially during the noon hours. And yes, just these are tips for every occasion. But now that it's getting warmer, I think it's good to pay attention to them. Also, I just caught the first mosquito yesterday in my home. So fleas and ticks, make sure that your Frenchie is up to date with the treatment. I mean, you can get into any store and basically find different products that could be used very well. And I definitely recommend then using them, especially if you are in the, just make sure that not all products are good against heartworms, for example. And if you consult with your vet and you are in an affected area where the mosquitoes can spread that disease, make sure that the product you select is good against heartworms as well. Yeah, we have a couple other tips, like for example, safe gardening. That just make sure that for example, if you use a fertilizer or any chemicals in your garden, that you don't let your Frenchie ride out there, and so just make sure that they can't leak that up, or maybe drink it, or just basic safety plans. And yeah, increase the exercise now that the sun is up and the weather is good. Take advantage of the good weather, walks, and just make sure that you put your Frenchie through the level of exercise that they are ready for. But other than that, it's yeah, summer is around the corner, and well, I definitely have to get in shape. So maybe your Frenchies have to get in a little bit of the shape as well. Yeah, I got a great recipe. Where did we get that recipe from? Do you remember?
It's actually from Nelly.
Oh, it's from Nelly. Okay. Okay. So it's I've got a recipe, and that's for a biscuit, a safe and Frenchy friendly biscuit. We will share that. We will share the recipe, and if you treat your Frenchie with the exercises we just mentioned, and if they are doing a good job, and if they are not doing a good job, even then, you can share and give them a biscuit. It's actually I want to try that, and I will try that on this weekend. We have a long weekend coming up, so I will definitely make sure that we try this out. It's very easy, and maybe even I can make it. It's yeah, it's sweet potato and apple bunny biscuits. So the shape is Eastery. The flour, the yeah, sweet potato is always good for it has a lot of fibers, and it's very good for, yes, Jarvis agrees. And apple always good treat. So we will share that with you. And where we yeah.
Do you have any tips to share? Anything in mind that you would like to share with the
Yeah, what did I not mention about the spring coming?
Does anyone have any tips? You can just
It's interesting you brought that up because Marnie has not been an itcher, but all of a sudden this last week, without any changes, anything, she has started a lot of licking.
Oh, okay. And what do you think? What's that
Well,
for?
we have a lot of buds coming out. I have a feeling that it's the spring allergies. I didn't even think of that because last year I got her end of April. So all of that was pretty much done.
Okay. Where do you usually go for walks, if I may ask?
We only go on our block, around the block.
Mhm.
Although if we had it her way, we'd go everywhere. And it's on concrete. We're not walking.
It's on concrete, on pavements and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, although she has become a digger, so she's also digging in last year's garden, underneath the shed, underneath the deck. So she's probably getting into a lot of things that she didn't last year.
Yeah, it could be. It's very bad. Could be. This little Jarvis, he's a little pig as well. He's digging all the time and bringing up stuff, but he's just a cutie pie. He's
She
absolutely.
wasn't a digger last year. This year I found a bunch of holes.
Well, they grow. They exercise and get interested in different things, and they definitely they can change. So
Yep.
they have their own personalities. This is one of the reasons why Frenchies became so popular, that they are like little children. They are always up to something new, and you can't get bored with them. So that's always
True.
good. Anybody else with some tips that I didn't mention, maybe?
Can I just add something to Sandy's issue? Salmon oil is actually really good for itchiness, and it generally supports their skin and their fur. So I definitely recommend salmon oil for Marnie and for any Frenchies.
It's great you said that because I literally went out to the store yesterday and bought salmon oil based on what I was reading on your website. So that's being added to the diet as of today.
Perfect. Thank you,
Great,
Melanie.
it's gonna happen.
Good.
Thank you. Anybody else with some tips or regarding anything that I just mentioned? The core values of Easter, how you feeling, and or anything else you just want to add to the big community? No, everybody's good, and then we can I think we can move forward. And if I'm not mistaken, our next point and next phase is gonna be a little quiz.
Yes.
And would you like to share how it will go?
Basically, I'll copy. Can they hear? You can hear me, right?
I can, but I think you have to. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll share the questions. I'll copy it into our chat. So you'll see the questions. We will also read it up. So then we'll read it out to you, and then you can just put in A, B, C, or D. Do we have 4 answers or 3, Nelly? I'll check it in a second. Okay, so we have A, B, C, and D. So we'll read it out. We'll put it into the chat, and then obviously we'll let you know which one is the correct one. Okay, so I'll copy in the first one and then we'll read it out to you.
Here we go. I hope it's not too hard.
Nope, the first one is a pretty easy one. It's in the chat already, so you can just read it out when you're ready then.
Yeah, actually, I will read out from my paper. So, which of the following is not a recommended exercise for a French Bulldog? This is going to be our first question, and the answers are A, a short leisurely walks. So we are looking for what is not recommended exercise for a French Bulldog. So is it A, short leisurely walks, or B, agility training in cool weather, or C, long distance running, maybe D, interactive play sessions indoors?
C's here.
You have a lot of C's here, and that was an easy one, and it's also true for me. It is not recommended for me, some long distance running, or although maybe it would be recommended, but I just can't. If somebody don't know, probably most of you don't know that I was actually an American football player back in my days. I captained my national team here in Hungary, but I played offense line, so we were not required to run for long. We are effective on a short range and explosive plays. But thank you, everybody got that right. C was the right answer. So long distance running is actually not recommended for French Bulldogs. Today, this little guy got so excited that I had to make him stop. Even I was like, you gotta cheer for a couple of minutes, boy, come back inside. And he just enjoyed. We have a big garden, and he was digging and running from me because I wanted to take what he dug out. So it was a good day. Oh my God, that's swag. I like the swag. That's very nice. So if you are ready for the next question, you already posted? No, it's coming up. And the question is that French Bulldogs are known for their expressive faces. Yeah. What expression do they often show when they are curious? So how do they look when they are curious? And the answers are A, a big grin. Maybe. B, perked up ears and tilted head.
It's B.
C, squinted eyes. Or D, yawning. So what are they doing when they are curious? A, big grin. B, perked up ears and tilted head. C, squinted eyes. Or D, yawning.
Our questions are too easy.
Yeah. Oh, again, everybody got it right. I mean, by the way, what are we winning here? Because there are a lot of winners so far. We have to find out what you're gonna win. Or is it just for fun today?
It's just for fun.
It's just for fun, but I have to share you that at the end we will actually share some kind of special offer, I would say. So if you are in front of your big journey and getting a Frenchie, you will definitely enjoy that offer. And hopefully the others will benefit from, for example, the recipe and just the time shared with us and about having fun. So with that being said, I would like to go on the third question. So far, everybody is 100% right on the questions. The third one is, how can TomKings parents keep their Frenchie entertained during Easter if they are busy with preparations? So what can we do to entertain our Frenchies if we are a little bit busy? A, giving them a puzzle feeder filled with treats. B, letting them outside alone. C, putting on a marathon of dog movies. I could enjoy that. D, encouraging them to nap all day. What are they gonna do, or what should they do if we are a little bit busy and we just want to entertain them? So giving a puzzle feeder filled with treats, maybe that apple and sweet, or again already?
Yes, already.
Maybe I have to do something different here. What if I give 4 bad answers? Then that will disturb everyone. But yeah, good job, everyone. A was the good answer. I mean, puzzle feeder is always a good thing to have around. For example, this one, little Jarvis, he attacks food. So we need a slow feeder bowl. He goes in and just gets after the food. I actually portion it out because I just don't want him to eat too quick. Yeah, it's just something to consider. Puzzle feeder, like elevated balls and other kind of cool equipment. All right, on to the fourth question. What unusual but adorable behavior might a Frenchie display when excited about finding an Easter egg? So what do they do if they are excited? A, flying. I thought it's gonna be harder. B, the French dance, like the tip tap. C, immediate hibernation. Okay. Or D, speaking in full sentences. This is actually getting easier and easier. So flying, the French dance, immediate hibernation, or speaking in full sentences should be the right answer. And are the answers in? Yeah. There you go. There you go. Vicky, you think that they're gonna fly? They can? Yours can? Maybe we didn't
Well,
know about that.
literally, when they get running really fast, they can, I have 5. I have 5 dogs. I have 5 French Bulldogs, 3 from TomKings. But when they get playing and they're excited, one is usually going through the air after whatever someone else has. That's French Bulldog flying.
That definitely can happen. This one is as well. Sometimes he's in the air with 4 legs, like just spread out. But yeah, other than that, I would say that probably a Frenchy dance is more probable to happen. But flying wasn't a big miss either. So thank you. And on to the next one. What is a favorite pastime of French Bulldogs that aligns with a typical Easter activity? So what do they do? A, digging for buried treasures. Or B, longer hikes in the woods. C, egg hunting style games. Or D, marathon running. So what is the favorite pastime of French Bulldogs that aligns with a typical Easter activity? Digging for buried treasures, long hikes in the woods, egg hunting style games, or marathon running? ENC. Yes. That's true. Yeah. I can totally see A happening as well. Definitely.
Any other guesses before we go with the correct answer? We have A and C and C's.
I think you are very they can't hear very well. They can't hear you very well.
Do you not want to take out?
Oh,
It's easier.
maybe it's easier for you. And you will hear actually her lovely voice rather better than mine, or better than so far. Alrighty, so it was actually C, yes, egg hunting style games, definitely. And yes, we are halfway through with the questions. The next one is, what role did French Bulldogs play in the art and culture of the 19th century Paris?
Oh, there we go.
So from the very easy questions, we are turning on the afterburners, and these are getting actually harder. So what role did French Bulldogs play in the art and culture of 19th century Paris? They were often featured as symbols of the bohemian lifestyle. That's the A answer. Or they were trained as performers for street shows. That's B. Or C, they served as guardians of art galleries and museums. Or D, they were considered royal pets exclusive to the aristocracy. So either they were in the art and culture, they were symbols of the bohemian lifestyle, or trained performers, that's the B, or C, guardians, basically, for galleries and museums, or D, royal pets exclusive to the aristocracy. And yes, it was a lot harder than the other ones. Any other guesses? Okay, I will reveal the right one. So D is not far from the right answer, but they were not exclusive to the aristocracy. They were actually featured as symbols of the bohemian lifestyles, but mostly aristocrats had them, but they were not exclusive to them. So this is why rather A is the right answer. They were featured as symbols of the bohemian lifestyle. But don't get sad if you didn't get it right, because, well, we are not actually giving you millions of dollars after this short quiz. So it's just all for fun, and maybe we are learning something new as well. And on to the 7th one. Due to their compact airbase, French Bulldogs have a unique vocalization. What is a common sound they make that is not typically a bark? So what sound do they make? A, they are whistling. B, they are chirping. C, they are snorting or talking. Or they are howling. So what sound do you hear the most other than barking? Whistling, A, chirping, B, snorting, C, or howling, D. I will wait just one more second and for the answers. And yeah, meanwhile, I love to talk about Jarvis because he's on hand. He's actually don't make any sound. Like he's the best. I love it. I mean, I don't mind if he would make. Sometimes he snores if he's really tired, but
That happens with us as well.
yeah, that definitely happens with me a lot. Ask my wife. And yes, but yeah, the right answer was C, snorting. That's definitely a common sound you hear. And I think that some people might don't like that, and this is maybe one of the reasons why people who are unaware of the Frenchies and they don't have like a live experience with them, they don't like. But I think it's actually comical and adorable, and it just makes me smile, like finding out what he's snorting about and what he's looking for.
Like he does right now.
Yeah, he's great. They are great.
People
All right,
Davis
thank
also
you. And I think everybody got it right, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, snorting was good. So Vicky, I see you writing snorting. Okay, the 8th question is, what disguises the Urahiro, sorry. So what distinguishes the Urahiro French Bulldog from other color variations of the breed? So this is the color Urahiro is just a hard word in Hungarian. If I would be Spanish, probably it would be easier for me. Urahiro is not a regular, not an orthodox French Bulldog color. And we are looking for what they actually look like. So the answers are A, it has a unique pattern of cream or white markings on the underside of its body, including the chest, neck, jaws, and inside of the legs. and around the face, typically over a red base color. So over a red base color, unique pattern of cream and white around different sides of the body, different parts of the body. That was A. B, it exhibits a striking silver coat with a metallic sheen, unlike any other French Bulldog color. So maybe they are metallic, like a kind of metallic sheen. Or C, it features a deep chocolate coat with rare hazel markings only found in this variation. So maybe they are deep chocolate with rare hazel markings. That's C. Or D, it showcases a vibrant blue coat with unique golden flecks that sparkle in the sunlight. So if D is right, they sparkle in the sunlight, and it's the base is blue, and they have golden flecks. So basically, it's the answers are A, it's a red base, white on red base. B, silver coat with a metallic sheen. C, deep chocolate, or D, blue coat with golden flecks. Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
it's
it's hard.
definitely it's a hard one. Don't get.
I definitely agree.
Don't know this one. We are happy to share. I hope we can share an image as well.
What do you call
We
it?
will definitely try. I will wait a couple of seconds for the answers. Let me see if I can share it. Yep, that would be.
Can I quickly share the answer or after?
Oh, I can share it right now if you want. I just wanted to. Oh yeah, I will share the answer, and hopefully after that I will be able to share a picture as well. So the right answer is A. It's a red base, and it has white. I will share a picture, and that will actually help you with the.
I got it right.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, again, it was a hard one. Let me see if I can share this picture with you real quick. Yeah, probably later. I mean, like every.
I'll search for it until then.
Okay, thank you. I have many tabs running, so sorry about that. We will definitely share because I think that's something we will all learn about. And I'm getting on to the 9th question. When introducing a bunny to a French Bulldog, bunny, since it's Easter, what is a crucial first step according to TomKings Kennel's advice? So what do we advise to you, how you should introduce your bunny to your Frenchie? A, allow them to play together unsupervised so they can decide who is boss. Good work on the playground. Or B, start with the bunny in the cage and the Frenchie lying next to it to establish calm interactions. Or C, feed them together. Or D, take them both for a walk outside.
C.
So how you should introduce your bunny to your Frenchie? A, allow them to play together unsupervised. Or B, start with the bunny in the cage and the Frenchie lying next to it so they can establish calm interactions. C, feed them together, or D, take them both for a walk outside. I will wait 1 minute for the answers to come in.
And please type in that section.
Yes, please.
C. Feed them together.
No.
Just please type your answers into the chat section. So that
Yes,
we
if
can see
you
whose
could type
answer
in
is correct.
the answers, that's great.
I cannot type.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so
That's-
Jack said C, that also counts, okay.
Okay. Actually, this is a good advice for any other animal that is not a bunny, but that could be in a cage. So you should put the bunny in the cage and your Frenchie next to it so they can snuggle each other, they can get used to each other's presence. So you should definitely not start with feeding them together, because that could go sideways. Let's say that. You shouldn't, although it's not far, but first you shouldn't take them both for a walk outside. Actually, it's very hard to walk a bunny. So that's one of the things why we wouldn't recommend that, but definitely just ease them to each other. Let's say that. Okay, and with that, we are turning and going on the 10th question, which is going to be our last. According to TomKings Kennel, which activity is beneficial for a Frenchie's social skills when meeting new dogs in the park? So what should they do together in the dog park? Frenchies with other dogs. A, competitive frisbee catching. Or B, engaging in tug-of-war games with other dogs. Jarvis would win. C, allowing them to observe from a distance before approaching. Or D, leash-led introductions and calm, controlled interactions. So what should a Frenchie do with a dog in a dog park? They just meeting first time. Should they competitive frisbee catching? Should they engaging in tug of war? Should we allowing them to observe from a distance before approaching? Or leash-led introductions and calm, controlled interactions? Which one do you think would be right? I will wait one. Speaking of tug of war.
Tug of war.
Tug of war. Thank you.
I just want to share one experience with Jarvis. He's actually great in tug of war. He doesn't let go, so I have to make sure that I let him win enough times, and also I get to win enough times. So it's a balance. And obviously I have to pay attention if the material what we are pulling is not stuck on his teeth, because obviously the last thing I would like to do is to hurt his teeth. So just make sure, especially in the young age, that you don't pull too hard on the things what you play with when you are doing or playing tug of war. And the right answer is, for the last question, was leash-led introductions and calm, controlled interactions. That would be the best. I mean, C wouldn't be the worst thing ever, just allowing them to observe from the distance before approaching. But it's a little bit better if you just leash, putting them on the leash, and you are calm. You allow them to get engaged, and you give them controlled interactions and introductions. That's the best, I think. So thank you for the quiz and participating in it. I hope you learned at least a couple of things. Definitely some of the questions were very easy, but some of them were actually really, I would say, hard. So thank you for that. And with
you.
that part is over.
Thank you.
We are
I
actually
disagree.
going with the next
A
part.
Frenchie
It's
should
gonna
do
be,
tug of war.
and I'm looking at Vivian, my dear colleague.
Yes, we just wanted to ask Sandy if she would be happy to. I'm not sure. Can you hear me well? Yeah.
I can.
Okay, so we just wanted to ask you, Sandy, if you're happy to share your experience with us, just in a few minutes, if you're happy to go with
A
that.
Frenchie is not a big ass pussy.
Oh, I think we have to remove Jack. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he is
Can
got
anybody
it.
see me?
Sorry, no, we can't see you, Victoria.
I don't know how to fix this. All right.
Can I interrupt?
Did you log in through your phone or with your laptop?
My phone.
Your
I
phone.
think that's
Okay.
her.
Can I interject?
All right, we
The-
can see you.
When I logged in, it came up with a warning saying that this is being recorded. So I
Yes.
had to acknowledge and accept the recording before I could turn the video on.
Ah,
Oh.
okay, so that could be the reason why.
I don't
Guys,
know. Well, I'm here.
We see you on the screen. It has your name.
Okay, cool.
Yes, yeah.
I'm having a bad hair day anyway.
If you have anything to share, Victoria, just let me know in the chat.
There you
and
are.
We'll definitely let you speak.
All
We
right,
see you
well,
now.
whenever you're ready.
We see you, Victoria.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, carry on.
And we see iPhone now too.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Hello, Icon.
All right,
Yeah, I
so
think she's in the back.
I'm coming on my 1 year anniversary with getting what used to be little Marnie. I'm getting a little jealous of the puppies because I didn't realize how large Marnie had gotten. My experience with, TomKins, I've said it before, has been absolutely phenomenal. You research, breeders, and every article I got came back up with quoting TomKins. Well, if they're quoting TomKins, that's a pretty big indicator that you want to go with TomKins. So the experience picking up at the airport was fantastic. I used the what do you call it? It's been so long.
Broker?
Broker?
The broker, thank you. The broker out of Chicago. I wouldn't do it any other way. The experience since I picked up the dog has been phenomenal. I've had those initial questions as a new owner. There has never been a lack of information coming out to me. They contact me directly. The webpage gives so much information. I wouldn't go with anyone else. It's been fantastic.
Thank you, Sandy. It's always really nice to hear these stories. These are really the main factors for us here at TomKings. This is our main goal every single day.
I would say if and when you pick up your dog, they can be crazy happy or they can be shyer than shy. Marnie showed up with another TomKins in a kennel right next to her. Marnie was, flying out of the kennel from the get-go, wanted to meet everybody that could get to her. The other puppy was very quiet and very shy and very reserved. From what I understand, that dog immediately popped back around. So don't judge their demeanor immediately following this long flight in a kennel.
Mm.
Yes, thank you for sharing, and that's very right. They have different personalities. I brought two puppies with me in the car, and one of them was licking my wife's hand and just didn't get any rest. And Jarvis was actually just lying and didn't make any sound. So and they are both very great dogs. They are very well behaved and with good demeanor. So thank you for sharing that. And I would just like to reflect in one sentence what Vivi said, that that actually when I see you guys who already have puppies from us, or I get an updated picture how they are growing up and turning to be like wonderful dogs, they really do make my days. And we have a Slack group. If you share a picture, we share that with the whole group, so everybody can be very proud of where we work and know the goal, what we have in mind, and that we are making people's lives better. So thank you for actually being here and for sharing that.
Thank you. Helen, would you like to speak, or because I can hear you now?
Who?
You, Helen.
Oh, what do you want me to say? What's the question?
No, there's no question. You just unmuted yourself, so I just thought I ask you if there's anything you would like to share today.
Well, it was an extremely easy process to adopt. The transportation issues, there just weren't no issues. There were no issues. I used a broker the first time, and someone convinced me not to use a broker the second time, and I was really sorry that I didn't. You know, they still came through fine. I was just more worried the second time without all the assurance of the broker. So I have two. This one that you can see right here is the diva. That's Winnie. She rules the house. My two are very different in temperaments. One's very laid back and one's not so laid back. They're both really healthy dogs. My vet said, two different vets said they were the prettiest Frenchies they had ever seen. And they had seen a lot. They had one of the vets in the practice has a Frenchie, and the other vet said, don't say anything, but your dog's a lot prettier. So, you know, it's just been a great experience. I love the breed. They're, you know, they're very affectionate. They're very, they're a little bit stubborn. Potty training with one has been pretty tough. The little one, the second one doesn't signal. The older one does all the signaling for both of them. Maybe that's why she doesn't give good signals to go out. But, you know, it's been a great experience. And I looked at several breeders before I chose Tom King. And I just didn't like the attitude of the breeders and the communication. And that's why I opted to go international.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
You know, and if anybody has any questions offline, I'm more than willing to have a phone conversation if you have anybody that has more individual questions.
Thank you, Helen. We really appreciate it.
Definitely.
It's a big help. Okay, then, so should we go with questions and answers?
Yes,
section?
absolutely.
Yeah.
You can go.
Do you guys all okay? You all
Mhm.
having? Good. Perfect. Okay, so we'll go with the short questions and answer session. And then what else we have? It's just basically the offer that we want to talk about at the end. And we also have some time at the end of the Fiesta. If any questions come up, me and Dan are going to be here and be more than happy to answer you.
Come on,
Okay.
Lola.
Questions and answers. The first question we have is, how can I be updated about new litters coming? My dream Frenchie is a Lilac Merlin 10. We received this question before this Fiesta, so we thought we answer here because it's a really common question. We receive it almost every single week in emails and also every single time when we do a webinar or a group call. So it's an interesting one. Dan is one of the Frenchie experts who keeps contact with the adopters and everyone who's interested, really. So Dan, are you okay to share
Yes.
about the wait list, how the procedure goes, and how can people be updated?
Absolutely. Well, people have different tastes, basically. So what I like, maybe the next person doesn't like. But if you are patient, then we will be able to find the perfect French for you. So we get these questions quite a lot that, hey, I'm looking for this or that color, for example, lilac merle, and do you guys have any? And obviously the available puppies are on the website, and you can check them out. We can recommend based on your preference. We will talk with you and find the best fitting puppy and Frenchie for you. But if we don't have the exact color you are looking for, and you are actually that's what you picture all like for some time, and you don't want another color, that's perfectly fine with us. We have a waitlist system, which means that you can sign up on this waitlist and give us the the perfect period of time and you would be ready for your puppy. So for example, we have already people on the wait list for a Christmas puppy. So they know that they will have more time during the holidays this year, and they want to spend more time with their puppies when they get the puppy. So they told us that, okay, guys, I will be interested in this, in that, and that color, and please inform me in time so I can choose my ideal puppy. And I just mentioned that you can get on the wait list for several colors. Actually, I encourage that any colors you can imagine, sign up for that, and it's you get to choose. So if you don't like the expression of the puppy, if you don't like anything about the puppy, or you are not totally ready, like with the family and your emotions and things like that, then you get to pass on the puppy, and we will inform when the next litter comes along. I mean, the most important part always is to find the right fit and at the perfect timing. So actually, a lot of people are coming to us after they had a loss of a French or another dog, and they just not ready. So if 1 month passed, or sometimes they even reach out when a couple of days pass, we know that they are not emotionally ready. But that's a perfect opportunity for a wait list. They get on the wait list, and when they become ready, they can select their perfect Frenchie. So this is actually, we have a waitlist system in place, and getting on the waitlist is actually, it requires a small deposit, but that deposit is always refundable. So until you select a puppy, that is refundable, and yeah, you can stay on the waitlist for. We have, I think somebody had something come up with the family, so he's on the waitlist for 2 years, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And they get to choose the puppies first before they go to the public introduction. So I think it's just the best solution, or especially if you didn't fall in love with a puppy online currently, then it's a great solution. So this is how it goes.
So Dan, kind of to
Yeah.
elaborate on that. So the dogs on the website aren't the only dogs you have. There's so many in the background that are being presented to people on the wait list.
Yes, we have litters that are coming up, and they are yet too young to be presented, and they didn't pass the medical examinations, and they didn't have their photo shoot and video shoot. So they are not presentable yet. And actually, before, like we present them when they are 6 to 8 weeks old age, depending on the litter and a couple other circumstances. And that's because by that time you can actually tear them apart. So before that, they are very similar to each other. You wouldn't be able to recognize them, and they don't show their personality. By that time, around 6 to 8 weeks old age, they start to show their personalities, and we are able to recommend you a puppy according to your preference. Did I answer your question, or shall I elaborate on that?
I think what they're getting at is they're thinking it's a typical US sort of situation where you put when the next litter is and you're on the list for that litter, whereas with TomKins, it's much more specialized. It's not necessarily the litter, it's the color. So it's hard for you to say that the next litter we have that's being birthed next week is going to have that color. It's more of a, when that color comes up, we'll let you know.
Yes,
So
that's perfectly right. And actually, although we have a very good experience and a lot of experience, and we can guess what color the puppies will be when we put together, like Tom dreams about a perfect match in his head, and he expects a couple of colors, but he perfectly knows that there's a range of colors that two puppies can produce. So for example, just to give you one example, if you put together two blue Frenchies, like blue sir, blue them, they will produce blue puppies, like 100% blue puppies. But if, for example, you put together a merle puppy, a blue merle puppy with a blue Frenchie, then you can get different variations. You can get blue, you can get merle, and although on the long term you know the chances what they should be, but it's possible that in the litter that comes along they will be all merle colored. So that's perfectly possible. This is why we actually give you, when you are on the wait list, we give you a timing range, like a couple months, that we expect that color to be ready in like 2 months, 2 to 3, 2 to 4 months. And that's because we have pairings that could produce that color. And actually, we had different systems in the past, but they didn't work out. Like that just doesn't work, that we announce that this pair will have puppies, because if you do that, people will come that, hey, I thought that they're gonna have this or that colored puppies, and it's actually not. But it's not on us, and people would be disappointed. But with this system, what we have right now, this is the best we come up with so far. We always, or almost always, can keep our timing, and this way it's easier for the future adopters to predict and expect when they will actually have the puppies on hand. So yes, and also they have to pass the medical examinations. They have to have the photo shoot. So this is why we give a time range.
Dan, I just wanted to, if I could say, I have gone through the system 3 times actually. So with my last Sir Louis, I had a situation where the dog prior that we had picked out didn't work out. So then I had put my name on a wait list for the new puppies when they came out, and you guys reached out to me and actually showed me the entire litter. And then, I mean, and that was overwhelming because, Lord, you know, puppies are always like, oh my God. But then I ended up picking out one. And then, of course, when they are that young, before their photo shoots, by the time you pick out the puppy and then they have the photo shoot, they've changed a lot. And you're like, oh, is that the one I really picked out? So you guys also offer that video chat with your puppy, which was, that was amazing, because you really get to see the puppy and see the puppy actually, not from a video that you send me, oh, here he is playing. So that was very helpful, and I never had to wait. I mean, it was just, I think I put my name in, and the next day I had a phone call saying, hey, we have this litter, and would you be interested? And so I was like, okay, well, let me see, because I was only interested in male dogs and I didn't want a female. So that was, you know, I was being a little picky. So it was, but you meet everything. I mean, you just we ask you and you deliver. So that's the good thing. And you also make recommendations if there's any possible question. I mean, I think when I received Sir Louis, it was just, you guys recommended me not to take another dog. You recommended me to take this one. And I was actually willing to take the other one, but then you guys, when I thought, oh, wait a minute, they're saying I should take, so I, you know, and experiences in the United States, it's not necessarily about the satisfaction and the quality of a puppy or a lifelong dog or pet. It's just about getting the money. And one of the greatest things about Tom King is if you get 1 dog, 10 dogs, you never go away. I mean, I'm constantly, you know, the blog, I get emails, I have information, and you don't get that here. And that's just one of the greatest things about Tom King, because there's always something that you're writing. It's like, oh, wow, I didn't think of that. And so I'm constantly even looking in archives of the blogs because there's things that I remember reading years ago and then, oh, and I find it. So those are those things that you guys offer just because we were a client and we bought a puppy, even though it may have been a long time ago, you don't just drop us and we're still part of it. So I personally appreciate that. And you give so much information. That's couldn't be better than that. So I couldn't imagine anybody else, plus the health guarantee. So it's great. You guys are great. You do a great job.
Thank you very much. It's just all. I even get a little bit of emotional because this is exactly what we do, and we work long hours because if you have questions, we're not gonna shut the door on you, and we want to provide accessible information and free information for everyone. So this is why we write new articles every week. We have these fiestas, webinars, tutorial videos, and so on and so on. And yeah, and one of the ways you get to be in these communities, the Facebook group we haven't mentioned so far, but I think that's always also a very great forum for you adopters, TomKings family members, and yes, we always write new articles. That's again. That's perfect what you mentioned, that in the archives you get answers to your questions. Most of the times, if you search for it, you will find the answer, and we are not bothered if you want to ask us. We are definitely here. And also thank you for mentioning that you appreciated the video call. We make new videos about the puppies every 2 weeks, and we offer this chance to have the video call with the puppy and us. I think this is something that adds a little bit extra. If you want to feel the connection with the puppy personally, that could benefit you greatly. So thank you for mentioning those points. I definitely appreciate them.
Thank you.
Yes, and yeah, it was the first question, but it got a little bit longer than we expected. But I hope it was very useful for you. So did we have another question as well?
Yeah, we only have 2 more. One of them is a very easy and short one because this is also a very frequently asked question. Is it safe for your puppies to fly to the States? We do have blogs about this on our website and everything, and most of you are already know how it works and that it's completely safe for our puppies. Do you want to share anything else on that then, or any?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, I just mentioned that shipping is our biggest concern, and this is why we don't spare any dollars on that. We work with the best in the business, and this is the part when we actually don't have our babies in our hands. So during the whole time, from the first moment until we put them on the planes, we have them, and in the first couple of days, I don't know if you know about the French breeding, but in the first couple of days, they need to be hand-fed like every couple hours. So Tom doesn't sleep in those days, and it just builds a deep bond. So we consider these puppies as our babies. We want the best for them. We want to arrange the best possible way of shipping. We want to find the best homes for them, and that's always on our mind. So when being shipped, we always work with the best in the business. We work with, I think, 4 airlines. We have definitely our go-to, the KLM, Best in Live Animal Shipping. They are part of the Air France group. They have new facilities, and the puppies are actually not on top of suitcases. They have a different room, different cabin. It's a pressurized, air conditioned. They have constant surveillance over them. and we put extra food on the crate. You probably don't see that because they take it off before they arrive, because you can't transfer food, but it's actually taped or taped on the crate. So we make sure if there's a layover or something else, they are not getting hungry or something like that. And even during the layover, so usually it's a 2-day flight. On the first day, they travel to Amsterdam, and they are staying in a pet hotel, and they are let out of the crate. They can walk. The food is replenished, water is replenished, and they have the best possible time we can arrange. So this is how it usually goes. If you have any more specific question, feel free to reach out to us, or you can ask me right now, because we are always after that. And yeah, basically that's the main things I just wanted to mention about the shipping part. Anybody has any questions about that? Yeah, Helen, go for that.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention, and this was mentioned to me, and I think it's still relevant. You have never lost a dog in process.
True.
There's never been a dog that has arrived and they've opened the crate and it's been dead. So,
yes,
it's proven, and you've shipped probably close to 400 to the United States.
Yes, absolutely. And that's a very good point. And we wouldn't work with a shipping company that would not take care of our Frenchies. We didn't have any major accidents. We haven't lost any Frenchie, and I very much hope that it stays like this forever.
The other thing I want to say is that as you crate them in preparation for their flight, there are pictures taken, there are ID pictures taken, and those are sent to you. And then when you receive the puppy, you all ask that a picture be taken to validate that the puppy arrived in good health.
Yes, that's important for us. And anytime you have updated pictures, that's Tom's best favorite time to check on the puppies we had, and to look how they grown up. And yes, that's definitely true. Thank you for mentioning that. Anybody else?
I just wanted to ask Natasha, because she's experiencing the puppy soon, or expecting the puppy soon. Do you have any questions regarding the travel, anything like that?
I've been with y'all for a while, so I've kind of been on the Zooms enough to kind of, I'm just excited. It's less than 2 weeks. I'm working on actually getting Jarvis too, because I have one already reserved. So hopefully in the next hour, I'm waiting on my husband. He's taking too long to get his money situation together so I can hit the button. But I'm just really excited. As echoing what everybody else said, I was put in the group by Tom, I want to say about a year ago. And I've been watching and being educated on how to properly take care of one. And it was funny, I found you right after I bought my daughter with autism her first Frenchie. But how can I put it? I love little Crowley, but he's just not a TomKings dog. So it's like, my daughter has worked with that Crowley so long, where now he's representing similar to what I see from watching the group, just how they're dealing with their dogs and stuff. And I've actually told my daughter to watch and follow you, so she could train her dog, so she could get the same coat results and different things. Because obviously, like some people said, once you get a dog, you don't hear from the person ever again. So we had to go through a lot of bumps and bruises of do's and don'ts. TomKings has helped me in that journey. So we're just excited to be able to add more Frenchies to our home. This is going to be our first what they call it, flew in. I don't know what my kids call like fly in, you get flew in or whatever. So we're very excited to have that experience to say, you know what, we got special dogs. Our dogs came from somewhere else. And then to know that there's a community here, because I'm in California, you know, just to know there's a community meetups and things so they can socialize also with other dogs over time to have their own little dog reunion, if you want to call it. So I'm getting real excited. I'm very excited. I'm kind of nervous, you know, you like your first date. So we're just sitting, waiting. My daughter's kind of jealous. She's unseen like 20 dogs that she wants. She was like, I want another one too. So we're just, you know, embracing this process. I have people watching my process as well, because when they did meet my Crowley, they was like, okay, I want a Frenchie. I said, well, wait a minute, don't do what I did. I don't went through a lot of ads, you know, different ads and calling people. Some of them were legit, some of them wasn't. You get to see the dog, it don't look, you can tell it's been mixed with a whole bunch of other breeds and all kind of shenanigans. So people are watching how my experience goes. So most definitely you will have more customers, family members, as y'all call it, joining. So I'm just trying to set the pace and the example, because I got about 15 people watching how this is going to turn out. They're really interested, and even my family members. My aunt's a veterinarian, so she's like, well, you know, make sure this, make sure that. So I do have, you know, the physician in my ear. But then once she saw, you know, your layout and reading and watching your articles as well, she's very confident about, you know, me moving forward with this. And she actually got to do the video with Rick. I'm getting Rick. So she was like really excited. She was like, oh, he looks real healthy and happy. And, you know, she was like, maybe I need to get one. So hopefully she don't steal Rick, or if I can get Jarvis before someone steals him from me, she might end up saying, hey, you don't need both of them. Let me take one back to Alabama with me when she comes for my daughter's graduation. So we're just really excited. And I just can't wait. And I'll be posting my pictures talking about they're here in the Facebook group chat. So I really appreciate what y'all do. I'm telling you, the education, that's one thing with me. I don't want to buy something and invest or, you know, purchase anything without knowing how to really care for it, because it's a living thing. So you don't want to just like, oh, well, the dog is okay, just throw him in a cage. I really been educated how to properly care and love for you. You know, it's another family member. Because Crowley comes and jumps in my bed and stuff, so I'm waiting to see Rick jump in the bed, Jarvis beat me up, whatever they want to do. I'm probably gonna let them do it, but I'm just excited. And I've seen like the other ones that are like on the Zooms and stuff, and they look so happy, laid back, well-mannered. That's the thing. Crowley wasn't well-mannered. These little rambunctious. So I'm kind of worried about, is he going to teach the new bad habit? So I'll have story time probably about how Crowley led them to the timeout corner after they done tore up something, but it's gonna be fun.
Thank you for sharing. And if I'm not mistaken, Rick's joining you in 10 days. So exciting! It's like waiting for Santa, but this Santa is actually coming. So very exciting, and we expect great pictures and videos from you. Don't make it a point. So be in the moment, enjoy the first touch, first meeting. If you can make videos of that, that's great. If you can't, no problem. Hopefully we get to get pictures later from you. So yeah, it's wonderful. And you just asked, yes, we can stay in the call, and I can introduce you to Jarvis. He's a wonderful And thank you again for sharing. Anybody else with questions regarding shipping or this part of the section? If not, I believe we have at least one more question.
We have one more question, yeah, about raw feeding.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recommend raw feeding?
Mm-hmm.
What we have here. And I also have a blog to share with you. I'm gonna post it into the chat section. And just a few sentences about the raw feeding, then we'll tell you about what we recommend.
Yes, it's a great question, and we actually like raw food feeding, especially nowadays. It gets easier because there are products. Obviously, you have to check out the products before purchasing them, but there are companies who actually do a good job in getting the good and quality ingredients and providing a product that you can defreeze, and when it's time you get out from the freezer, and you can feed your Frenchie. We only recommend feeding raw when they are adults. This is mostly what our adults are eating, and we experience great results with their healthiness, skins, their fur, and everything else. So we definitely we actually have a blog article about that. We will share that the article very soon. And this is not a must-do thing, or this doesn't mean that there are not good products like kibbles for adult dogs. Obviously, there are, and basically, if you are feeding your Frenchie with something and you think it's good for your Frenchie, and the vet says they are perfectly healthy, then there is no reason for changing it up. Actually, Helen shows something to us. Helen, please unmute yourself.
So I'm currently feeding them. It comes in a stick. You could see it. And it's frozen. It comes rock solid frozen to me. It's called Albright's, ALBRIGHTS. They love it. I take out one stick to thaw and one stick is feeding. And as soon as I feed that stick, which lasts about 2 days, then I take another one out. They've been on this for probably 3 months, and there's been a significant change in their coat. Now, I've done everything. I've done farmer's dog. I've done I've done Ollie's. I've done what else have I done? Oh, I did a whole bunch for like 3 months. I did my own. I did a homemade recipe, and it just got to be too much for me. I just couldn't. I have hardly had the time to feed myself, much less cook for these dogs. Jerry said, I sent a picture one day and he said he could have that for lunch. I mean, it was that good looking. So you just have to find what works. Mine are not picky eaters. One of them eats cardboard, so that tells you they're not picky. I have to really watch. They love it, but they've loved everything. They've really not balked at any food. Like Lola right now sees the stick and she's pawing me because she thinks she's going to be fed. So, you just have to find what works with your lifestyle, what works with your budget, what gets you the health results. Lola, the oldest, has not an allergy, but a sensitivity to chicken. So I don't feed any chicken or duck. She gets pork and beef and lamb. That's what I want to say about.
How much do you feed them? Is it solely that, or are you also giving them kibble to supplement?
No, it's solely that, and it's based on weight. And I have a kitchen scale. So the little one gets 97 grams twice a day. The big one, the older one, Lola, gets 131 grams twice a day, and I measure it out. Okay. And if I'm really if I'm really organized, I measure it out into little containers so I can just dump it and feed it. But they're not getting anything else. They're getting, you know, an occasional little pumpkin and something treat, but that's all they're getting. They're not getting kibble.
All right, because your journey is exactly like mine. I've done all of them and I'm currently hand making the food, but I'm cooking every third day. And I have
Yeah,
a 100-pound Cane Corso. So
Yeah,
the
see,
cost
I
is just,
do it. It's too
Yeah.
much. It's too much.
well, I did the 5-strand tolerant
I did that
Yeah.
too.
and I just got those results this week, and pork is something Marnie can have. So I think I might try that.
Yeah, I really like Albrechts. They work with you really well. I had one period where their stools got loose and I wrote them and they told me exactly what to do, to add some raw goat milk, and that was all I needed.
Okay.
So they're very, very interactive with you. And there was somebody else in the Frenchie family who said she had been using Albrechts for like 5 years. What's her name? Albrights. So it says the ingredients are pork heart, pork liver, pork bone, tail, kale, cranberry, sunflower oil, and dried kelp. That's all. They don't add a bunch of, and when you open it, I mean, it looks like human grade hamburger.
And you just feed it naturally, just like that, no cooking it.
No cooking it.
Okay.
No cooking it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you know, if you read extensively on the nutrition of Frenchies, they're red meat eaters.
Right.
So somebody, I don't know, I was on some forum and they said their Frenchies were vegan, and somebody else wrote in and said, you know, are you like crazy? These dogs are meat eaters.
Yeah.
I would never do that. Now mine get blueberries at bedtime and they love that, but that's about all they get outside of the raw food.
Great.
Thank you for sharing the Albright tape. I marked it on my notes as well. It could be useful for a lot of people.
That's what the stick looks like. I got to put it back in the freezer.
You should never say never, because I recently changed my dogs to V diet. V dog is strictly vegetarian. There are no byproducts and no words in it that I can't pronounce. And the dogs have been on it for 6 weeks now. No more itching, no more paw licking, nothing. I do not have any skin issues. And I had reached out to Tom King in the very beginning from when because I've always said this, when you travel from the US to Europe, you can get the same brand of something in Europe and it's like, wow, what is this? The quality of what is made in Europe is not what we get here. So
that's right.
Even using the exact same food that you guys use there and me buying it, it's not, my dogs were itching and I was having problems from day one. So prescription food was ridiculous. I was making my own food. I did it for about a year and but I did it so that I had packages for like 10 days. So but it was easy. But then I've just read too many I've seen too many documentaries, read too much stuff about what goes on in the United States with the food industry and how things are processed and what we don't know. And I personally just feel like if I'm not going to eat it, I'm not letting my dogs eat it. So I started doing research and I decided I would try this food. And when I asked Tom King initially, they said, no way. And then I sent them the packaging and what was in the ingredients. And they're like, wow, go for it and let me know. And I have not had there's not one issue with their skin anymore. And they're consistent with their poop. And that's important. So I just think that, we all have to find what works for us and what works for our dogs. But I would never have thought I would be feeding my dog a vegetarian diet, but it's working, and that's all. So and it costs no more than anything else. Well, prescription dog food, which is what they were all on, was just way too much. And I tried the raw, and both of them got salmonella poisoning, and it was bad. So I just was like, no, I can't trust it. I just can't trust manufacturers to do the right thing. So I just think we have to be open-minded and try what works for our dogs. When you find something that's successful, it works, you know. I mean, it's just like with your kids. Two might work and one of them it won't. So it's just, but there are options out there that are good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that as well. And you raised a very good point that the quality can be different, and we definitely recognized it. We have products here that are different in the States, and I think one of the reasons is the restrictions and regulations about the food industry. The situation is not great here, but I think it's a little bit better than in the States. From as far as I know, they use antibiotics and GMO food. They feed GMO plants to the cows and all the other animals. So that can, I mean, it's kind of it's up for debate, definitely up for debate. But if I would like to stay on the safe side, I would do differently. And I don't question that vegan can work on for somebody. That definitely Jarvis is just rearranging a couple of things in the office. So I don't question it. It can be, you have to monitor your friendship, but you would like a responsible owner you would do that anyway. So that's great. I wouldn't start with that, but there is nothing wrong. And if your main concern is their health and their well-being, then you will do eventually what's the best for them, and you will find a solution and a way to make them healthy and happy. So thanks for sharing that tip as well. That was great. And actually, I would like to answer Malcolm because that was a good point what you just asked me. We use raw food for our adults, and this is what we recommend. But this is also something that if you have a good product and you trust that product, or for example, you cook for yourself, and you actually make sure that they get all the ingredients, what they should get, the nutrition and everything, then you can start earlier than, like, we consider them adults when they are like 8 months old. This is when we change, but you can change earlier. We don't do that, but that doesn't mean that again, just like with the vegan diet, that could work for somebody. The main thing is that always pay attention to your Frenchie, watch the stool, watch their appetite, the itching, the scratching, drooling, and those are signs. And if you put together 2 and 2, you will be able to make very easy consequences. And you can always ask us or the vet if you need like a deeper or another aspect or viewpoint. So thank you for that question, Malcolm. Thank you. You are very welcome. Was this the last question we had, or?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What's next ahead of us?
It's basically just the special offer that we wanted to mention. We're gonna have an Easter offer that will start tomorrow. We'll have a Wheel of Luck on our website. So if you're thinking of getting second, third, or your first Frenchie, because we have 2 or 3 people who joined us and we don't really know them. So it depends. But if you are interested in getting another puppy to extend the family, we're gonna offer the origin certificate. So because you took part in this conversation or this French Fiesta, you receive this free origin certificate. And we also have some specific puppies that you can get 10% off. So if you are interested, we can discuss the details, and of course you'll receive these offers. We can mention that obviously you can book a call with experts, so we'll help you do that if you would like to discuss anything. But we're also going to stay here, as I said, for another 10-15 minutes. So if any questions come up, then we're more than happy to discuss it with you. And if you just
This is it.
Yeah.
We will finish with our closing remarks. We would like you to ask one by one. Obviously, if you want to speak, to share your thoughts about today's events, about your Frenchie, about what's on your mind. You can still ask me anything. So just please let me know what's on your mind. Sandy, would you like to start it?
For me, sorry. For me, it's a matter of every time they have one of these events, I get on it because I learn something new every single time. Every single time there's a question that comes up that's different than the previous Fiesta. So if you're new to this, keep jumping in. You're going to learn a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. We definitely try to make this informative and enjoyable and resourceful. So you are always welcome, and you are actually a great help. And I appreciate you being here. Everyone, I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you.
Vicky logged out by accident, so I hope she'll be able to join back. She's not here with us. She wanted to share something, so hopefully she'll be able to join back in a few minutes.
Who would like to be next?
Me.
Victoria?
Victoria, I heard your voice first.
I just wanted to say thank you to you. You know, briefly with my experience, I always had like 4 or 5 dogs of mixed breeds. I tend to stick to the boxers, the pit bulls, and the pugs. And I had lost my last pug. And it was just a bad loss. And it took me a while to want to get another dog. But while that time, I knew I wanted a Frenchie, and I was following you guys for close to a year. And at the same time, just, doing diligent, notes and homework on all the other breeders around here. And as some of the other people have said, I would get phone calls and they wouldn't have the dogs to show me, or they'd want money up front and whatever. And people thought I was crazy going to another country to get a dog, but I'm glad I did. I take him everywhere with me. I guess you can see from my photos. I mean, he's like a billy goat. He hikes with me, which he's not even supposed to. The dog loves to swim, which is crazy. And he digs for rocks, and I have a rock tumbler, and all the rocks that he picks, I take the rocks out, and some of them have garnets in it. I mean, he's just like awesome. And and then I became, now I paired up with some of the other French owners here. This past Christmas, I had one of my friends dressed as Santa Claus, and we had a meetup, and everybody came and donated toys for a shelter for the shelter's dogs, and we brought that to them. I mean, it's just a nice family. It's not just like, oh, I went to a pet store, I went to a breeder, I got a dog, and that's it. I never hear from them. So I'm really glad that I chose you guys, and I'm really glad that you do offer all these things, because although this is my first one, and I almost forgot about it, that's why I'm sitting in a car right now. For some reason, I thought it was tomorrow, and I don't even have my Mickey with me. But I just wanted to say thank you for all you do. And it's nice to see your faces, especially, you 2 over there from TomKings, because I know Dan. I was like, oh, that's Dan. I spoke to him a few times. So it's nice. It's just nice to see the people that you deal with and everything else. And I just want to say thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. If somebody doesn't know Victoria yet, she has been very helpful with organizing events, with answering questions. I've had several lengthy conversations with her during her process, and it was lovely to see how dedicated and animal loving she is. So we are definitely blessed to have you in the family. Thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Helen, go ahead.
Am I muted or unmuted?
You're good.
Can hear.
Go ahead.
Okay. So when I first contacted you all, and you had this Facebook group, and you talked about the dogs as babies and the family, I thought, you know what? This is about the hokiest thing I've ever heard. They're just some sort of marketing ploy. And then I tend to be kind of skeptic. And then when I got on the other side and got my first dog, and the follow-up was just impeccable. you know, none of the other breeders that I contacted, and I contacted 3, had anywhere near that. I mean, it basically was you buy your dog and you're done. So I can't emphasize enough what was said. I think it was Sandy that, you know, you really, yes, you're buying a quality dog, and you're buying the experience of being part of a community, getting your questions answered, feeling like you've got a place to turn if something occurs. I think you all do a stunning job, and it's you know, it's the icing on the cake. I mean, the dog is wonderful, and to be able to reconnect with you on a regular basis is just incredible. It makes me not feel so out here alone. And people thought I was crazy. You know, when I told them that the dog came from Hungary, I called her my little immigrant, and there were several people that got offended by that. But you know, it's just quite incredible what you do, and I don't think there's anybody in the Frenchie world that even comes close.
Thank you, Helen. We've been in touch for years now, and you are always the person up for helping, and you are always keen to speak anybody who is interested. So thank you for that. We are definitely very appreciate that you are with us, and thank you for your words. Who would like to be the next one? Malcolm, would you like to say a couple words?
Oh, hello guys. Hey, thanks a lot for this environment. This environment is great. I think this is my probably 3rd or 4th time being on. The first Fiesta I was on that one, and a couple other Zoom calls after that. So I'm we had a Jack Russell Terrier. She was with us for about 13 years. We lost her last January, and it was just a terrible thing. But we had started the process of looking, you know, for another dog, and possibly bringing another dog in to be with her, and, you know, to commingle with her. But it didn't work out. She got up out of here before we had the opportunity to. But we started looking at French Bulldogs, I guess, probably about last August or so, maybe a little bit before that. And like many others here, you know, looked at quite a few different breeders, but TomKings, you know, really just kept coming up. And so just started doing a little bit more research, and, you know, reached out to you guys. And I think I reached out, and Jason reached back out to me. So I've been working with Jason, and just really happy with, you know, how the processes went. So he worked with me probably from about, I guess about October up until last month, and was really just showing me different dogs. And we had one that spoke to us last month. His name is Zico. And so we have Zico coming in on April the 16th. So yeah, so we're very happy. He actually connected me with Helen. I've had I think a couple messages back and forth with her. Been in the Facebook family group for a bit. I love Victoria. I love Mickey Jaggs. He's just awesome. I love to see him every time I come on the Facebook group. He's just in there into everything.
I love hearing
I just really yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity and everything that TomKings provides, and really has made this process very easy. So we pick him up on the 16th. We did choose Claudia as our broker. So we're definitely going with the broker, and just happy to be here. And again, we'll keep coming on, just like Sandy said. We'll keep coming on to these, because I learn something every time I pop on. So thanks a lot for having me.
Thank you, Malcolm. We are actually, it's so great to see people coming like you, that they are so devoted to animals, and they love their dogs, and eventually their Frenchies so much. It's just always it's like money in the bank. Like it's a great feeling to have people around like you, and like all of you. And this is definitely a community that I enjoy being in. So Thank you again. Thank you. I appreciate that. Natasha, would you like to add something?
I think I've talked enough for today.
I mean, there's no time limit. It's not a presidential debate. So
I said it. I summed it up. I'm just excited. I'm ready to talk to little Jarvis to see if he'll respond. I'm just playing. I'm just excited. I know Rick is on his way. I'm trying to finagle this Jarvis to come too. So trying to make it do what it do. But I'm just excited. I don't. My other Crowley came in here. He got to see Jarvis for a quick minute. He looked just like he did the tilt, like, okay, it's another dog. And I'm like, yeah, he gonna be in your house in your space in a little while. But I'm just excited. I'm just really, really excited.
Thank you. And in 10 days, you will get even more excited. And after all, or eventually, you will have our puppies in your hands. So I think we found another gem with you. It's great to have you in our community, and thanks for joining in today. Obviously, I will be happy to share any information about this little one. He's a delight. All right, Tony, would you like to continue? You just rejoined. We are just sharing our last remarks, what's on your mind, and if you want to share anything or ask anything, feel free.
Yeah, my copy and paste failed, so I was wondering if you could reshare the recipe you put out earlier. That's it.
Yeah, sure, definitely we will. There you go, and I will send you. I see your text, and I will text you also later on. So
thank you, sir.
That you have that. Yes. Is that in?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. And in a couple of months, we will probably continue this good tradition. And you will be able to see the recorded version soon. We will share with everyone, I guess. And yeah, happy Easter to everyone out there. Thank you for today, and see you next time.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Goodbye.
Thanks for doing this on a Saturday.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take
Bye.
care.
Take care.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
How do I get out?
Yeah, it's
Bye.
really.
So we stay here with Natasha, right?
Yeah. Natasha, if you would like to stay, that's
Yes, I want to say. I do have questions. He seemed like he's like really laid back. Really laid back.
He's very laid back. Actually, I love that about him because he's now over 5 months old. He's still petite, I would say. I don't expect him to be very big in size, but
I need him small.
yeah.
So the dynamic is my husband loves Rick, and me and Tom been going back and forth because I wanted to, because my daughter's moving to college and she's taking Crowley with her. He's trying to prepare so he can pass his service dog training. So we won't have Crowley anymore. So I think I'm having empty nest syndrome. So I'm like, give me all the dogs so it's like stays the same, I guess, in my house. So the thing that I'm trying to ask for advice, because Crowley will be here April, May, June, and of course on holidays. He'll be zooming around, teaching them bad habits. He's not bad, but you know what I'm saying? He's a little rambunctious, but he's he's kind of laid back like that when he wants to sleep with you. But when he wakes up, everybody knows it because he's picking at everybody. So how do you introduce, two puppies? Because you say he's about 5, and I think Rick will be about 3 months. And then Crowley is a year and 3 months, but he still acts like a big kid. So with bringing 2 new dogs into an environment where there's already one dog and he's spoiled, how do you do that? I'm a little concerned and scared. Like, is my house gonna turn into? I have 5 kids, so I just think of the same 5 kid motion where everybody's into everything. You can't. You have this one that's in the garbage. You got this one that is running down the stairs. You got the other one that is sitting there looking like I don't know what's going on. So how do you introduce them into each other's environment, I guess?
Yeah. The most important thing is to introduce them on neutral grounds. So make sure that because if you don't do that, they can get territorial about you, about the environment, about the house, or wherever you are. Make sure that it's neutral ground for everyone, and you ease them into them. So both of them are fed. They are not nervous about anything else. You are not in a rush. You have the time of the world for this occasion, because you, as they say, you can only make a first impression once. So that's always very important.
So with that being said, because I'm trying to get both of them to come into his territory, do I introduce them one-on-one with him? Would that be better? And then try to merge them slowly into a group as this is your family? Or I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yes. That's the best way by far. Because I'm not worried or anything about them. I mean, they are, by this time, all of our puppies are introduced to bigger dogs, bigger breeds, different animals. They don't have any issues in going into new environments, meeting new dogs, new people. So
because he's met bigger dogs, because when we go to fly to my aunt's, of course she's a vet, so she has the animal kingdom in her house, but I noticed he wasn't intimidated, he wasn't aggressive, he just kind of looked at him, the one I have now, he kind of looked at him, I observed and said, oh, you can tell he was like, oh, they're on all fours. But his immediate thing was, okay, so you're like me, so I should be able to play with you. And you know what I'm saying? And he got trampled on, but because they were taller and they running on, they was excited to meet him. But that's different because we did keep them in separate areas. Like they stayed in their cages until they went outside, and he was in the room with us. So I know the sleeping arrangements won't be together, because my daughter that's her baby. He's going to be in her room. She gets mad at us when we don't even go into the room to deal with the dog without her permission. So with them two already, so once I get this payment done today, would Dan and Rick, Jarvis, you're Dan. Yeah, Jarvis and Rick get an opportunity before coming to interact with each other? Yes. Since they will be going to the same home?
Yes, it would be lovely if we could arrange the same, like if he could join in the shipping part.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Tom is like, come on, if you're gonna get him, I need to do it right now so we can change the arrangements. So I'm trying to do it within the next hour or two. So I was just trying to see, like, they got 10 days to travel if it works out where they can come together. So I was just wondering, would they get a chance to interact, to understand, like, you're my buddy for the rest of our life. Yes. We're going to be in the same house. Yes, so they would.
They would. And he's so good with. I already took him for strolls. He's fully vaccinated, so you can go into the dog park right away. But obviously, the first it would be to.
Thank God we have a big yard, so they'll be able to. LA is the worst place to have a Frenchie, because if they're cute, they might come up missing.
Yes.
So I'm very they fly with me, they fly with me because I'm mommy and they are strapped to me. So if you taking my dog, you taking me too. But you know, I just the whole walking them all over the place and stuff until I'm like a teenager. You don't let your teens out until they can kind of fend for themselves. So I'm like, until we can get some fully training on good people, bad people,
Yeah.
we're not going anywhere. Because Crowley is still in that phase where everybody's his friend. I don't care who you are. I don't care what it is. Unless you're trying to hit him or swat at him, you're his friend. And I'm like, that's not good. Because somebody can hold out a treat, and he's a foodie. He's like a stream foodie. So all you gotta do is have a treat in your hand, and he sees it, he's gonna come to you. So that's why I'm very territorial. Like, okay, we're only going here, and we only let so many people in our home too, because I want them to know if someone comes in the house that's not invited, you know, you need to stand guard, bark, latch onto their arm for dear life, or whatever you gotta do, but they shouldn't be here. So I don't, that whole mixing and mingling, I ain't there yet. Not there yet. I get in a little, we're sleepy. Are we sleeping?
So adorable. I can't imagine a better puppy. For me, he's perfect because he's actually not demanding your attention. So if you want to do your cooking, he sits next to you or behind you and just watching you, but he's not jumping on you. He's not licking your feet.
Oh, so yeah, Crowley's the total opposite. He wants to engage. He wants to see what you're cooking. He wants to smell it. But that's why
he usually just follows me into if I go to another room, he follows me there and sits on the threshold and looks at me. What are you doing here? What are you doing? And if he sees me,
that's the kind of dog I need. I had a stroke, so so it's like I can still, walk and stuff, but I don't need someone to knock me over as I'm walking, and Crowley does that. I'm like, oh, here we go. But, he seems calm enough where I can handle him on my own. Because the last time I flew, I had to bring Crowley back home on my own. Because the kids had to go to, no, we left him with my aunt. The kids had to come back. I brought him back to California. And then I had to go back because he had a doctor's appointment. So on the way back, you have to put him back in the crate in the little carrier. He didn't want to go. He wanted to socialize. I almost cried because I couldn't get him back into the crate. And I was like, what am I doing in the middle of the line in the airport? And that's why I said, whatever I do, I just need to get a more calmer dog. Because he's all over the place. And I like that you say he's not going to be as big as they can get, like the fullest size. That's something I can handle. Rick is probably more going to be my son or my husband's, dog, meaning they're going to be like, oh, come on and do this. So I think if I kept looking, and it's funny because I kept looking at Jarvis when he first came out, and I was like, I don't know. And it's like, once I seen him, Tom sent me the little last folder. I was like, man, I would have been had Jarvis if I would have just won my first mind. But I was waiting for a Fluffy for my aunt. And so now I'm scared. I'm going to get Jarvis. She's going to come visit, and she's going to want to take Jarvis home with her. And because that's, she does equine medicine. So she does big animals, but she always had a dog that was small enough she could take to work with her. And they would sit in the office and stuff like that. And the last dog she had,
maybe you have to hide him because
he's calm, and just like she likes him, and she likes riding buddies in a car. So I'm like, oh boy, this is, I don't know.
That's great that you raised this point. He's the best traveler. I just came with a car, and he doesn't make any sound. He just, okay, we are going in a car. That's cool. I'm excited.
Do he stare gaze? Do he look out the window to see what's going on?
doesn't jump up to look out in the out from the window. He just sees the trees going by.
Oh, and everything that's going by, and he's watching it.
Yeah,
That's my type of dog.
yeah. He's
Aw.
I can definitely recommend him. He's the
Well,
best.
I'm gonna
Obviously,
try to
I'm
make.
bonding with him a lot. I mean, he's staying with us for a week now, and he will stay a couple more days. And it's been lovely. We are newlywed. We just bought a house, so a new dog is definitely in our plans. And I pray that our future puppy will be like Jarvis. I pray that, like, because you are
Awesome. Well, I feel much better. I know my gut is good, but now seeing him, because I told him I wanted him, but I did never see him in person. And I know I got to see like Rick before we made a final decision. Because we were going to get Miles because I guess they're in the same house together.
Sure,
But
yeah.
then when my husband was watching me, I always watch our page. I just go to see the new colors and what type of dogs come out. But when I looked at the bottom, I said, one, Jarvis is still here. Why? He's too cute. And then, just seeing that he fit our range and it was a little more comfortable for our expenses, I was like, I gotta get Jarvis. So my husband was like, well, since he's under 4,000, I guess you can. So that's why I'm just waiting for him for my little emoji thing for my bank account to say the money is there. I already got the PayPal page pulled up and ready to hit the button. So
I will send you the details, and I will send you the invoice and everything else.
No, he sent me the invoice. That's why I'm waiting for my husband.
Oh,
You don't
okay. That's great. That's great.
I'm losing my mind because I'm like, now other people have seen the cuteness that I'm already feeling, and I'm like, no, you gotta hurry up. I just text him. I said, please hurry and put the other $300 in my account, like right now. Because it was 2 times where I found dogs I totally fell in love with, and I was waiting on my husband, and someone came and paid the invoice, the deposit before I could pay it. And I was like, you know what? I didn't talk to my husband for like weeks. I was like, it's your fault. I lost it. So he's
delicate
he
issue.
can be sleeping on the couch if something happens between now and then. So, but he said he's like, I don't want to sleep. He just said, I don't want to sleep on the couch. Cause I'm almost, cause I was telling him if I couldn't get Rick, I said, we gonna have to switch dogs or something. Y'all just gonna have to order another one later. He was like, no, I want Rick. I said, well, you finna lose Rick. I'm finna tell him swap Jarvis and Rick. And then we have to do something later. But he's just that's what I'm talking about, the calmness and the cuddleness.
He's actually sleeping right now. And he's usually he doesn't snoring. He snores right now because I'm pushing a little bit with my arm
on his
airways, but other than that, he's not snoring at all. And I mean, not at all. Sometimes when he gets tired,
the snoring don't bother me. I think it's the cutest thing because I can tell when Crowley has had a rough day. He's like a little old man. He kicks back on his back and one leg is up here and one leg is over there, and he's just going to town. And then when he's rested, then he doesn't snore. So
yeah,
I get it. We'll be snoring and sleeping together.
If you get him, first of all, he will be very lucky because you seem like a wonderful person and so devoted towards animals that it's actually lovely to hear that. And I know that from experience, I know that he will make you very, very happy, and you will be able to bond easily. He's
and thank God I have a job that is pet friendly. So the days, I only go twice a week, but if I sometimes I do. I get the mommy protector. I'm like taking my dog with me. I can take him in, and he'll have his own little. I got my own office. He'll have his own little corner, and we'll go to work days. But I think it's really, really cool. You took the time because I know y'all had y'all schedule for the day, to be able to let me observe and see him up close. But yeah, I need to go harass my husband now so I can pay the rest of my invoice.
Yes. Thank you for
Thank
joining.
you so much.
And I will
And then I
will
will
tell my teammates that don't accept another deposit for him for a couple hours. So I will make you.
yeah, because Tom sent it last night because my husband's supposed to do it. Then we realized that something was coming through. So he was like, I gotta go add some more money back to the account. So once I see it go ding, because it's early here. I know it's like going towards time for y'all to go to bed. So I'm gonna try to get that done. And what I'll do is take a picture for Tom and send it in the chat thread that me and him have on WhatsApp, because we kind of talk a lot.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And yes, just let us know. I will be probably off, but two of my colleagues will work for at least 5 or 6 more hours. So we will definitely be able to notice if the deposit arrives and we make it official. So everything will be done, and we will actually do our best to put them on the same flight.
Yeah, if unfortunately they can't, it's no big deal. I'm close to LAX, so we'll just have.
Yeah, but see, the best would be for everyone to make that happen. So we will definitely try to make it happen.
I appreciate everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was great to talk to you, and thank you. Appreciate again for joining us today. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing cute videos and pictures about both of them.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like their own movie. They're gonna be like, okay, coming to the Johnson household. So
great.
Already got it set up. My son, we got, like I said, 2 of the youngest kids are still home right now. So it's gonna be a whole party, a whole situation.
That's great. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And we will be in touch for sure.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.